Hi guys, Busy Bee here. So today I'm back with another crochet tutorial. Usually I would reserve my most loved patterns for my Etsy, but due to some arising pattern thefts which are so unfortunate and disheartening, I've decided to go ahead and share this pattern with you here as well. So today we're going to make this mushroom granny square. I really hope you love it just as much as I do. So let's get started. For today's pattern, we're going to use a size 4 crochet hook or G6. You are also going to need a yarn needle and a pair of scissors. Today I'm going to be using tan for the mushroom stem, red for the mushroom cap, and off-white for the granny square background and mushroom accent spots. We're going to start by making this mushroom applique here in the middle. So starting with the mushroom cap, we're going to grab your yarn color of choice. Here I'm just going to be using red. Make a slip knot and chain 11. So here I'm going to make the slip knot and put it on my hook to tighten. Then we're going to chain 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. For row 1, we're going to be starting in the second chain from the hook. So this one right here. And we're going to single crochet in each of the 10 chains. So we're going to insert our hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through both loops. So this is one single crochet. Then moving into the next chain, we're going to do that same thing for 2 single crochet, and we're going to repeat this down the chain. Okay, so now I have 10 stitches here. For row 2, we're going to chain 1 and turn. So chain 1 and turn the work. Then we're going to decrease using the first 2 stitches. So going to that first stitch, we're going to pull up a loop. Then going to that second stitch, we're going to pull up another loop, yarn over, and pull through all 3 loops. Now we're going to single crochet in the next 6 stitches. Okay, now we're going to decrease using the last 2 stitches. So putting our hook into that next stitch, we're going to pull up a loop, then insert our hook into that last stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through all 3 loops. At the end of this round, we should have 8 single crochet. For round 3, we're going to begin by chaining 1 and turning the work. We are then going to decrease using the first 2 stitches. We are then going to single crochet in the next 4 stitches. And decrease using the last 2 stitches. At the end of row 3, we should have 6 single crochet. For row 4, we're going to chain 1 and turn, and then decrease using the first 2 stitches. Single crochet in the next 2 stitches, 1 and 2, and decrease using the last 2 stitches. At the end of row 4, we should have 4 single crochet. For row 5, we're going to begin by chaining 1 and turning the work, and decrease once, and then decreasing once more. At the end of row 5, we should have 2 single crochet. For row 6, we're going to chain 1 and turn, and then decrease using the 2 stitches. At the end of row 6, we should have 1 single crochet. We are now going to start the border of the cap. Begin by single crocheting 5 stitches. The border of the cap is going to be made by going in between each of the rows, so there's not going to be exact stitches to go into. So we're going to single crochet 5 stitches along this first side. Now we're going to single crochet twice into this first chain. So this is going to be our first single crochet and our second single crochet. Now we're going to single crochet in the next 8 chains. Now we're going to single crochet twice into this last chain. So that's once, and into that same chain we're going to single crochet 1 more. Now we're going to single crochet 6 stitches along this last edge here. Now we will slip stitch in the next stitch to end the border. Cut the yarn and hide the tails. I will meet you back here when I have finished hiding the tails. Okay, so here I have hidden the tails, and this is how the cap should look so far. Now I'm going to add the mushroom accent spots. This is an optional step, which means you don't have to add them if you don't want to, but I'm going to show you how to add them here. Begin by taking the color yarn of your choice. Here I'm just going to be using the off-white color, and cut a long piece of this. We will then insert this piece into our needle. Then taking the mushroom cap, we're going to insert the needle anywhere on the cap. Here I'm just going to go in this bottom right corner, and we're going to go from the back to the front, leaving a bit of a tail. And then here is where we can just sew the spots all over the mushroom cap. I will continue on with the spots and meet you back here to hide the tails. Okay, so now it's time to hide the tails. You can weave in the ends, or you can just tie the two tails into a knot like I'm going to do here. Okay, so now after we're done hiding the tails, we can just tie off the ends. And now this is how the finished mushroom cap should look. Now we are going to be making the mushroom stem. Okay, so taking our mushroom stem color, here I'm just going to be using this tan. We're going to start by making a slip knot. We can then put it on our hook and tighten, and now we're going to chain 8. So this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. For row 1, we're going to be starting from the second chain from the hook, so in this chain right here, and we're going to be making a single crochet. We will then go into the next chain and make a single crochet here as well. Now we will half double crochet in the next 2 chains. Next, we will double crochet in the next 2 chains. Now, in this last chain, we're going to double crochet and then half double crochet 3 stitches. And then lastly, we're going to double crochet. This is all going to be in that same last chain. We can then pull that slip knot closed, and now we are going to be working on the underside of this chain. So we're going to double crochet in the next 2 chains. We are then going to half double crochet in the next 2 chains. Lastly, we're going to single crochet in the last 3 stitches. So this is 1 chain here that we're going to single crochet to, and then this other chain for 2 single crochet, and then the 3rd single crochet will be into our first stitch of the round. To finish off the piece, we're going to slip stitch. We should have 17 stitches at the end of this round. We can now cut the yarn and fasten off, leaving a long tail for sewing. Okay, so now bringing in the mushroom cap, we're going to sew the stem to the cap, only using 2 stitches of the stem to secure to the cap, because we will need the rest of the stitches of the stem for the granny square later on. So begin by placing the stem onto the cap. I'm just going to sew it onto this bottom border right here. We will then grab a loop from the border and a loop from our stem and pull that through. We will then just repeat this process of grabbing a loop of the border and a loop of the stem to secure the stem tightly to the cap. I will meet you back here after I have finished sewing and hiding the tails. Okay, so now I have hidden the tails, and this is how the applique should look. So now that we're done with this applique, we're going to move on to making the granny square part. So using the background color of your choice, here I'm just going to be using off-white. We're going to begin by making a slip knot. We're then going to take the applique and flip it so the wrong side is facing upwards. Then we're going to insert our hook into the corner stitch of the stem on the left side, and now pull the slip knot through that stitch. For round 1, we're going to chain 1 and single crochet 1 stitch into that same stitch we pulled the slip knot into. Now we are going to single crochet in the remaining 15 stitches of the stem. Okay, so here I'm just making sure I have the right amount, and I need one more stitch, so it's just going to be this stitch right here, and at the end of this round we should have 16 single crochet. For round 2, we're going to begin by chaining 2 and turning the work. We're then going to triple crochet in the first 5 stitches. that we have our 5 triple crochet, we're going to triple crochet twice into this next stitch. We can then chain 2, and triple crochet twice more into that same stitch. Now we are going to half double crochet in the next 4 stitches. Now we are going to triple crochet twice into this next stitch. We can then chain 2 and triple crochet 2 more times into the same stitch. Now we will triple crochet in the next 5 stitches. Okay, so now we're going to be working in the red cap. We're going to begin by single crocheting the next 2 stitches. So taking this corner stitch, we're going to make 1 single crochet. Then going to the next stitch, we'll make 1 single crochet there as well. Now we will half double crochet in the next stitch. Now we will double crochet in the next 2 stitches. Then we're going to triple crochet twice into the next stitch. We can then chain 2 and double crochet 2 more times into that same stitch. We can then double crochet increase in the next 2 stitches. will then double crochet twice into the next stitch. We can then chain 2, and triple crochet 2 more times into that same stitch. We will then double crochet in the next 2 stitches. Now we can half double crochet into the next stitch. Then single crochet in the last 2 stitches. We will then slip stitch into the chain 2 space, so this chain 2 space right here, and we'll make a slip stitch to end the round. This is how the end of round 2 should look. Okay, so for round 3, we're going to begin by chaining 2. We will then triple crochet in the first 7 stitches. Now we will triple crochet twice into the next chain 2 space. We can then chain 2 and half double crochet 2 more times into that same chain 2 space. Now we will single crochet in the next 8 stitches. We will then half double crochet twice into this next chain 2 space. We can then chain 2 and triple crochet 2 more times into the same chain 2 space. We can then triple crochet in the next 14 stitches. We will then triple crochet twice into this next chain 2 space. We can then chain 2 and half double crochet twice into the same chain 2 space. Okay, so now we're going to single crochet in the next 8 stitches. Now we can half double crochet twice into this next chain 2 space. We can then chain 2 and triple crochet twice into the same chain 2 space. Now we will triple crochet in the next 8 stitches. The 8th triple crochet will be into the same stitch as the slip stitch. We will then slip stitch to end the square. So we're just going to take this first stitch of the round and make a slip stitch to end off the square. Okay, so now we are done with our square. All that's left to do is to cut the yarn and hide the tails. But other than that, we have finished making the square. This is how it should turn out after those last two steps are completed. There are so many fun color combinations you could try with these squares. For example, I have this one here. So many fun colors you could try. I also offer this bigger version. These squares would be great for cardigans, baby blankets, bags, hats, pillows, and so much more. If you would like the pattern for the bigger version, or even just the written pattern for the smaller version, you can find the link to the shop in the description below. I hope you had so much fun with this pattern and you love it just as much as I do. Don't forget to hit subscribe and also like for more fun patterns. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day. Bye!